Microcasting for your city. Talkopolis. Howdy, folks. You are watching Music Business Daily, and I'm Greta.
And I'm Kelsey.
Glad to have you here. We got so much fun stuff to talk about, but today's show, right out of the gate, is brought to you by Ford Flex. Can you believe that?
We love the Ford Flex.
Coolest car ever.
We think it's really cute. It comes in a lot of exciting colors that have beautiful names, such as Ginger Ale for the green, got Ruby Red, Deep Impact Blue.
Yeah, and it's got, I think it's got a refrigerator in it.
Yeah, it has like a refrigerated second seat.
Yeah, and it seats 7. I think this is a great touring vehicle for you musicians out there. I've actually seen a big rock star here in town driving a Ford Flex.
Wow.
Which has made me want to get one.
Well, you should
and
get
I
two.
also, yeah, I'd love to get 2.
Yeah.
We should get matching.
Like a fleet.
You get ginger ale and I'll get whatever
Blue.
you send me, Ford.
Exactly.
I'll be happy with it.
Driving.
And I like that they named this car after like a real word, flex. It's not like one of those made up like Allegria or like one of those hard to say names.
Where
It's
you
like,
don't know what it is.
it's a freaking Ford Flex. Sounds badass.
Yeah, it sounds really good.
Yeah,
I like
thanks
it.
a lot. We are so psyched that you guys decided to sponsor our show.
We appreciate it.
We love you.
We would love to be driving a Flex right now.
Mm-hmm,
So imagine our show inside of a Flex. You could listen to our show inside of a Flex.
Yeah, we could broadcast from inside the Flex.
We would
you
be
don't
happy
even want to know what we're going to do inside the Ford Flex.
Exactly.
Okay?
Exactly.
Let's just keep the mystery there and tell you
So
it's
good.
going to be on. Like Donkey Kong when we get our Ford Flexes.
Multiple Flexes. So as much as we love the Ford Flex, we also love Ben Folds 5, and we love that they're returning for the first time in 13 years with a new record.
Yeah, I think he's, been touring, obviously, as Ben Folds, but this is Ben Folds 5.
Yeah.
And there's only 3 of them.
Exactly.
I love that. It's like a math problem.
Exactly. So you don't really know how many there are. They just kind of show up. But I like that they're putting out their first album in 13 years. I kind of feel like it's one of those things where even if it's not the greatest album ever, I'm going to buy it and tell my friends to buy it just because I like
But
Ben
it's
Folds
good.
so
Have you
much.
heard the single Erase Me?
Yeah.
It's really good. It's like classic, but it's got a little more edge, maybe.
And I think it'll be good for them to tour because they'll be able to play all the Ben Folds songs, but then they can also play some older Ben Folds 5. I just think it provides a lot of versatility. I like it when people go back to kind of where they started and are still wanting to be, they still like each other enough to put out an album, you know? Like
that's unusual. Or they want to make money together.
Right, which,
enough to get over their differences.
Enough to get a Ford Flex.
Whatever's happening with Ben Folds 5, they're one of the best live acts ever.
Yeah.
And this album's going to be amazing. And the single is great. It's on Legacy Recordings.
Yeah, so you can definitely listen to it, and I think we should just listen to it. You know,
The song's called Erase Me, so careful that you don't actually erase the track before you get to listen.
It's a little iffy. You don't want to delete that thing before you listen to it. I mean, but that could, maybe that's a marketing tool. I don't know, to get people to download it again and again.
I don't know. He's a cutie, though.
He is. He's precious. Speaking of cuties, I'm not a huge fan of them, but One Direction, is kind of taken off as far as
What is this? This must be a young person thing.
This is a young person thing. One Direction is this band from the UK that's full of all these little fresh-faced little 18-year-olds who all sing in a boy band together. And they're like the Backstreet Boys of England.
But what happened to them? There was a name problem?
Well, there was another band in California, bless their hearts, that's name was One Direction. Good United States American.
The
bands.
irony, they're called One Direction, and they're going in many directions.
Two directions.
Two directions.
And they both put out albums, and they both put out albums this year. But the smaller One Direction United States band that didn't get as much press had to actually change their name because apparently that's kind of how it works. So they changed their name to Uncharted Shores, which just sounds kind of sad to me. I don't know.
It sounded
why.
like they had more direction before.
Yeah, now they're kind of uncharted. I feel like they're drifting along the shore, so I don't really know.
Hey, Shara, can you get my screen back up? It's okay. You can come right in here and do this for me. We're just going to keep it all live because, I'm like technologically challenged.
Exactly.
And you look so cute in camera ready.
She does look so
This
cute.
is Miss Shara, ladies and gentlemen.
She's behind the scenes. So One Direction changes their name. And LeAnn Rimes has changed her location. Homegirl is like in rehab right now. And it's just kind
Rehab
of...
for what?
She apparently was under stress. They're putting it as emotional
I should be in
issues.
rehab.
I know.
Talking about stress.
That's what I was thinking.
Is it because she became a child star at 13?
I don't know. Maybe.
Is it because
she doesn't really list a lot of things. She just says, "I'm happy and healthy. I just want to be happier and healthier more consistently."
for $1,500 a day?
Yeah, exactly.
She should come to my house. I can get, LeAnn, I can get you, thank you, baby. I can get you healthier and happier for less than you're paying at Betty Ford or wherever you are.
Yeah. Like a box of mac and cheese a day and maybe
just
like
a back rub.
Yeah. Just a nap.
Just listen.
I don't know. Something along those lines.
Okay.
I like it.
I'm just putting it out there.
But yeah, she's back. So, she could come hang out with us. She just said, I don't want to wake up and not truly be enjoying my life and these amazing things around me, which I don't really understand that quote. she doesn't want to not enjoy
I
things.
think there's something else going on there.
I don't know. It's a little iffy, but I hope she gets to be feeling less emotional.
She's adorable, and I love her, and she's got this new husband and everything, and this rock and hot body. It just goes to show you, you can never just look at someone else's life and think that they have it all.
Exactly.
Because everybody's got issues.
Yeah. So I hope she gets to feeling better.
She's already feeling better. It says better and stronger.
Better and stronger. She just
but
wants
then
to
it mentioned
appreciate.
that this is such a great country music
Yeah.
move. She's got to keep those Midwest dates. It says here. They're sending her out of the middle of this much needed respite to go log a few more dates, and then she can come back and pick up where she I don't think that rehab works like that, though.
Apparently you can just check in and check out at will. Apparently it's not actually rehabilitation. It's just come and go as you please. I think if you stay so many nights, you get like the fourth night free. It's kind of like a days in sort of thing.
Okay, well, that's good.
So good for her.
Yeah, we wish her well.
She gets to feeling better in the Midwest as well.
In the Midwest. That'll send her running right back into rehab.
Exactly. She'll come right back. Kanye West, Bjork, Courtney Love, a bunch of these people have obviously put out albums. And there's a book series called 33 and a Half where people, fans of their music, literally write an entire book about certain albums, which I think is kind of interesting. When I saw the headline, I thought it said that Kanye West was writing
And
a
people
book.
read books that random fans write about albums?
Apparently there's a market for that.
Really?
Sometimes these random fans are people that work in the industry. Sometimes they're like other musicians, but they're usually just people that, music journalists or people that really like a particular album and are going to dedicate time to writing a whole book.
So that's a
about
picture of Courtney Love.
Yes.
Who I taught to snowboard.
Uh-huh.
Lovely woman.
Yes.
Not really.
Not really.
No. But an intense person.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so who wrote a book about her? What album was it on?
I don't remember. It should be coming out soon. It said that they're still trying to get stuff sorted out with her. She hasn't actually penned
Oh,
the
it says
deal
Live
yet.
Through This. So
Yeah.
somebody wrote a book about her first album, which
Yeah.
is a great album.
Yeah. So, somebody actually took the time to write about, what they felt about the album and then like the bigger picture of the album. I think they interviewed her for it as well. So it's kind of an interesting project, but I just think it's so funny that there's, just a market for that. Where I see it in like the blogosphere and like, if you're on Twitter saying like, I love this album I just got, but it's weird to translate that to a whole book.
Well, I'm just impressed that anybody's reading anything.
I know.
Well, it's exciting.
There's a market
I'm encouraged.
somewhere. Courtney Love's bringing it in.
Yeah.
Apparently. But Girls is Lena Dunham. She is a producer. She's an actress. She's a writer. She kind of took off on the show Girls that just started on HBO. She's dating the guitarist from Fun, Jack Antonoff. And in my opinion, this is like my generation's like big thing. Like this is like almost like this is bigger than William and Kate in a way, because this is like a hipster match made in
You
heaven.
better slow down before you just throw things out there like bigger than Will and Kate.
I don't know. I mean,
Lena Dunham and Jack Antonoff.
They're kind of like hipster royalty. I mean, she has her own. She's like a 24-year-old.
I love Girls.
I love Girls.
And she writes and directs it. It's amazing. I never heard of this band called Fun, but they sound fun.
Oh, they are. I mean, they wrote that We Are Young song, and they've been around a while, and they kind of are like if Queen and like a smaller indie band had like a little baby,
little love child.
Yeah, because they have a very theatrical sort of sound, but they're also very like kind of hip and kind of indie at times. Yeah,
I'm gonna check them out. All right, well, I'm wishing those two the best.
I know. I just hope that they make. I mean, of course, the story is like they're making collaborations, so I guess we should all be excited about that. I think what that means is Fun's music is going to be on Girls.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much as much collaboration as we're getting here. But,
that's cool.
Take it. It works. It works. I like it. In the world of collaboration, there's this article that came out, taking it a little more local, by Chris Talbot that's gotten picked up by the Huffington Post. It's on Associated Press right now. It's kind of talking about the Nashville rock scene, which we were talking about, just how Nashville's now being known so much less for country and kind of just for everything in the music world. But it just it mentions, it obviously highlights the Black Keys. It talks about Jack White, talks about Kings of Leon. All of them moving here has kind of put Nashville kind of back on the map in a way.
Or on a map for the first time for this kind of music. I mean, what a lot of these bands don't necessarily appreciate is that a lot of us were here 20 years ago paving that little dirt road of alternative music. Yeah. So it seems like this thing has happened overnight, but of course there's been alternative rock bands in Nashville forever.
Yeah.
But these are the biggest ones, and I think it's a cool place. I mean, who wouldn't want to live in Nashville? It's
exactly.
Like cheap, good food. But in my opinion, it's getting almost a little disorientingly hip.
It is. And I used to live in Austin, and that's just kind of what it reminds me of. Is everyone's kind of started to drink the Kool-Aid of we're so cool and we're so awesome. And like, I love Austin. Like, it's great. It has a lot of great music. But you get to the point where it's kind of like no one really cares what's going on. They just care about going to things so they can be seen and they can have been at the secret show that happened forever.
Yes, there's a lot of that. I went to a show the other day, Raylan Baxter's show, and it was at Grimey's. And I've known him since he was 10, and I just couldn't believe his fans. I mean, every girl there was wearing like a one-piece shorts with black tights and like some weird boots and glasses. I don't even think they needed those glasses.
Probably not.
They were like see-through, and they were wearing like a lot of leather and stuff. And I said to my 22-year-old nanny, I was like, "Is that an outfit? Like, do you like that outfit?" She's like, "I love that outfit." I was like, "Oh God, I gotta get out of here."
It's a thing. You know, it's like too much Urban Outfitters and not enough places to go.
I don't know what's going on, but I just, it's weird because if you've been here a long time, and it's like you went to sleep for a second and then you woke back up and the town has been taken over by so much fabulousness.
I know.
And so much facial hair.
That is true. That's a big thing too. I feel like that's
with the mustaches.
It is, and it's
like
it's kind of a rock and roll thing, but it kind of just reminds me of like being in the mountains. Like I feel like we're always kind of trying to like be in Seattle now, which is very strange to me. Like,
and they're from like suburban Maryland.
I know, and there's like probably crumbs in there.
I was like, they look like they need penicillin.
They do.
Yeah,
they do. Or they look like they are the medicine man coming from each house to the next one.
I don't know, but beware.
Yeah,
lock your doors. Those hipsters.
They're out there with the hair. They got the hair.
But it's exciting.
It's exciting.
It's moved out of the shadows. So
it is. I mean, it's getting a whole little branding. I'm sure it'll always be Nashville, but it's nice to every now and then be new for something.
It's cool to be cool.
Yeah.
Finally.
We're cool. Yeah, we're cool here. Finally, Sparkle, Jordan Sparks' movie, is coming out this upcoming week, and it's Whitney Houston's last film.
So sad.
I know that she was in, and so that's kind of I always feel strange about that. Like that's what the movie's being billed as, more so. Kind of when The Dark Knight came out, it was like it's Heath Ledger's last movie.
It's so macabre, isn't it?
It just feels
depressing.
Like you should go, but you also feel like the only reason that you're going is because you're like supporting someone that's dead.
Trying to get that last little
celluloid,
I
mean, Whitney had such a strong career. I mean, her career in the past few years wasn't really where it had been.
But this was kind of her comeback thing, wasn't it? This movie, and she said to Jordan, "This was my life. I lived this."
Yeah. So, and that's what I'm kind of interested in. Is there was an article on Earshot that was talking about how much do we feel like movies that represent the music industry are true? Do they fabricate a lot of stuff? Like as far as watching something like Walk the Line or watching. Even a documentary, I mean, are they providing a lot of truth or are they kind of padding it? But I'm just interested to see it just because I love a good musical number. And I mean, it's about the 60s and the 70s.
Yeah.
And
I think a good biopic is, it's always going to be fabricated.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, even Roseanne Cash said about Walk the Line that she didn't recognize a lot of what was supposed to be going on with her father in that film. And that's something that you're just kind of prepared for. But those period piece movies where you get to see the clothes and you get to see the way that they are, it's before our time, I'm happy to say.
Exactly.
And it's pretty cool just to go back and kind of get in that environment.
Definitely.
And I definitely want to see this movie. I want to see it because not only because I loved Whitney, but I hear that she's really good in it. So.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that'll definitely be something to check out. And I think it's one of those things where because it's her last movie, I think reviews don't really matter. You know what I mean? It's going to be more of an impact thing. It's definitely going to be something that it's what people are going to remember her for.
Right. But one thing we know from doing the show and doing the Music Business Week and Daily and everything is like there's a lot of fabrication in all of it, and just be ready for that.
Yeah,
that's fine. But if the music's good and the acting's good, it's gonna be a good movie.
Yeah, so I think it'll be good. I'm hoping it's gonna be good.
We should check it out in our new Ford Flex.
We should. We're gonna drive there in our new Ford Flex. Maybe if there's like a drive-in theater, we could sit.
No, we're gonna sit. We're going to watch it on our TV with our own refrigerator in our Ford Flex in our car in the ginger ale color.
Okay.
So we've got all that going on. And what do you have going on? Probably your facial hair and your new little macrame belt. And I'm happy for you.
We like that.
We like that. We like it all.
We like it all.
Easy peasy.
Easy to please.
I'm Greta Gaines.
I'm Kelsey Manning.
And you've been watching
Music Business Daily.
All right. Microcasting for your city. Talkopolis.